That's what you get for making me do all those puzzles. And unfortunately, this is a take two, because the first time that I went through getting all the Armageddon pieces and, well, fighting the final boss, there's really not too much left to go. I didn't have game audio because Windows had just updated and messed around with my sound settings, so yeah. Well, trust me, you didn't really miss too much in terms of reactions or anything like that. It's actually a pretty straightforward path to the ending, to the point that I probably should have just put it in the last episode if it wasn't 3 hours of recording condensed down into 2 hours of video. Well, anyway, with the Mask of Shadows, these ethereal anvils now hold the pieces to the final weapon that I'm getting in the game. At first I was thinking, oh man, it's a good thing that I had already found 2 of these, because otherwise, well, we'd be looking at a repeat of finding the Triforce pieces in Wind Waker. But it's really not that bad. They all show up on the map themselves, and even like starting here, this is just the arena where I fought the Stygian. So it's actually right next to one of the Vulgrim points. So you can just teleport around and then start up with yeah, what's actually not a bad collection quest, really. Anyway, you can see they're all on the map here, and then when you get closer to them, they start showing up on the mini-map. So, as long as you're even remotely close to any one of these things, it's pretty easy. Let's just go, I don't know, counterclockwise? Why not? There's really no reason to, there's really no rhyme or reason to go for any one over the other. They're all, I need all of them, so I'm going to be hitting up every single point regardless. I mean, and you know, I was saying this was a take 2. Well, it's actually a take 2 of the entire game. Don't rely on autosaves, kids. Especially if you're going to be doing any sort of recording. Now, why did I do that? I don't know. I don't even have an answer myself. But it's like, yeah, I did play through the entire game back up to this point to kind of get back here. It's really not the worst thing. It does kind of give you an interesting perspective, going through all the boss fights, and especially if as I didn't have nearly as many upgrades and everything. Well, let me tell you, the Silithus fight goes a lot slower when you don't have, well, the levels and whatever else I was using the first time around. It was much quicker. Also, like the Griever fight, I guess by going into the Chaos form, I missed out on like what seemed like an entire, I don't know, like couple phases, which is good, but you know, not really intending to do a lot of speed running here or anything. See last episode. You can really tell that it was getting to about 3 hours there by the end of it. So yeah, there's a lot of areas around here that it's like I had explored like a little bit already, you know, trying to find, you know, various treasures or anything like that. But the thing is, it wasn't until now when I actually have the Shadow Mask to see stuff like that grapple point up there that I could actually do anything with this. So it's a little clever way to foreshadow like some of the stuff that you're going to be doing without making it too obvious. Same thing here. Hey, I remembered this time, which is going to come up again later, because there was one section that I had been doing a little bit of exploration around, like, throughout the entire game. Every time, like, I got an upgrade, over in the, I can't remember what that place was called, the graveyard place, basically. And it was, and that was still the last piece that I got, because I was so baffled, because it required me to use the hookshot at one point. What can I say? I don't learn. Okay. Well, I can go up there in a second, but for right now, I mean, you do, even if you take off like the mask as your active item, still get a little bit of shadow time, which is great. You just don't get the cool mask on War's face. I mean, look at that thing. Looks great. Does make him sort of look like a Bionicle, though, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You tell me. Anyway. Actually, just, yeah, that's much better. Ethereal anvils. I mean, I guess it makes sense, because what? It would be Ulthane that was probably hiding each one of the pieces of the sword, but still, it's... Like, you would think that it would be pretty hard to... You would have to craft a lot of anvils for this. Well, then again, it's like, what else has he been doing for the last century? Anyway. Okay, now's the point when I'm going to start cutting around a little bit. Oh, yeah, this. I also found this the first time I was playing, where I'm just like, oh, yeah, I guess I never actually noticed that if you turn around. Mostly because I accidentally went to the wrong warp, so I was like, maybe I can just run right back into the warp. But then I noticed, oh, wait, there's a treasure chest back here. Which is a neat little way to hide stuff. By the way, since people were calling me out about it last episode, I did, in this second playthrough, I can't believe I did a second playthrough. In one day? Yes. Yeah. Are you surprised? Are you surprised given how I normally play video games? But, yeah. I did a little bit more exploration in there. I got a Wrath Core piece, a couple soul chests, and I did get the Abyssal Armor piece, even though I'm not going to do like a full 100% playthrough. I don't think that was ever really on the table unless I got really into the game. But at least for, but at least, you know, I wanted to see what I was missing out on. You know. Because it could be pretty cool. Alright. Well, why is to seek help? I couldn't do much of anything else. Oh, yeah. This one is actually just, like, right here. Just gotta go walk up to it right... It's, like, almost right next to the teleport point.
This is no ambush, horseman. I come alone. I, Uriel of the Hellguard, champion of the White City, call you, horseman, to Nex Sacramentum.
Fool.
I lay claim to your life before the Creator. Will you dishonor this law as well?
Why?
Because Abaddon said you understood honor, and because he was the best of us.
The death oath cannot be broken until one falls by the hand of the other. I accept.
Nah, I knew this was going to be a fight even the first time I was doing this. It's like, come on, it was way too easy. Well, anyway, much like previously, just going to take out the horn and use that over and over. Because straight up, it still works out pretty well, as it turns out. Get a lot of pretty cheap shots in it. It's somewhat improved from the first time, but I would say, like, somewhat improved. Like, not actually all that much. Beat Uriel pretty easily the first time, and although she got some pretty easy hits on me, because, you know, it is still a different fight, it's like, ain't much. But yeah, as of right now... Okay, no. We're getting the big hits. Which does it 3 times this time instead of 1. And she's also got, yeah, the Timekeeper's attacks from Dead Cells, so that's something. Hey, come on, that doesn't count. Fine, I'll do it again. Just gotta get that big toot. Oh, come on now. That slam down attack, even in her first fight, is actually pretty, like, somewhat difficult to dodge. It kind of surprised me that apparently the first time I had absolutely no problem with it at all. But I mean, eh? I guess what am I to argue? It's like I'm so it's clearly so far away. Why even? Hey, that was kind of a cheap shot. Okay, fine then. Just gonna keep doing this. I always wanted to get some more usage out of the horn. So it's like, I want to say that this is only the appropriate way to do it. I mean, after all, you know, it's kind of strange that there were only, like, what, 2 of the... I guess 3 if you count the one in the Griffin section of the rock guys that you summoned up in the first place. It makes me wonder if they planned for more of them to appear, but it just didn't really... Oh, come on. It's not even that effective of a move. I mean, yeah, you do hit me more often, but that's just because you're doing a spray and pray tactic here. Yeah, but I do kind of wonder, like, what the actual plan was for the rest of the game, because it does seem sort of unusual that they kind of gave up the whole, like, challenges and, like, angel sections by the time that you got to the third heart and everything. I wonder if there was, like, a little bit of, you know, oh, yeah, do I?
Yes! What are you waiting for? Harvest this wench! What? Don't you dare walk away from me!
The next sacramentum is mine. I decide when the angel dies, not you.
You swore an oath to me.
Abaddon is the destroyer.
Liar!
To protect you, he kept you from the truth. You pledged to follow your lord into hell, never knowing what awaited you, or what he would become.
Abaddon.
He was betrayed and became the enemy of all creation. I've been to the tree. Its gift was truth, and I share it with you now. Remember the death oath. Soon it must be fulfilled.
Cinematic camera angles. Anyway, I do still have a ethereal forge to go get. Yeah, no, it's underestimate. But yeah, no, I do wonder what, like, the original version of this game was going to be. If it was going to be that entirely, or if that was just kind of something they decided to drop because, you know. The challenges were kind of fun, but it's like doing that for the entire game would probably be a bit excessive. It's hard to say. I mean, it's certainly not unheard of for a video game to have, like, a lot of cut content in it, after all. I mean, I think of, like, a very similar-ish sort of game, at least in tone, Soul Reaver, that had just, like, more content than you could possibly imagine left on the cutting room floor. Like, my God, if you actually go look that up, it's a madness that they thought that they could even manage to put that amount of content into the game in the first place. Alright, I do have the mask here and everything, but also you can see clearly that there are a bunch more new enemies in here now. A lot of fun. I should probably go talk to Volgrim and get some of his help, because I do have a lot of... Hey, come on now. Because I do have a lot of souls that I have yet to use. I mean, at 10,000 I can get another Wrath Core, which might be good. I don't know. I don't really use that. Like, the only Wrath move I use very often is just the... Oh, wait. I missed it. Yeah, no, I just need to get out the grappling hook there. But, yeah, it's like the only Wrath move I really use is the sword puncture-y type of deal, because it's good and it does damage in an area, which is sometimes a little bit difficult to do. So does it really matter? I don't know. There we are. Like I said, you do remain in the Shadow Realm for at least a second when you take off the mask from the active bar. Yeah, that probably could have been harder if I decided to fight any of the enemies, but, no. Unless they decide to lock me in here with the with the like sigil door blocking things, or I guess the gates. Like what are they called again? Behemoth gates? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like I don't care. I'm gonna run out of there regardless. Also, War, I can't believe you didn't start with Abaddon is the Destroyer. It's like you'd think that, you know, that would have been important. I mean, even when she was fighting alongside him during the apocalypse at the very beginning of the game, he was the Destroyer at that point. Because, yeah, that was even before, you know, he started up his whole stupid grand plan, which was dumb and would never work. But he's like, ah, no, it'll work. Trust me. Yeah. Basically, you can switch between, like, a angel form and demon form, I guess. And also die? Said that Azrael took him to the tree. Or Azrael said that he took him to the tree. I guess. Look, I'm just going to trust that this is how all of this sort of thing works. Because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the specifics of how angels live and everything like that. It's probably pretty wacky. Clearly, Uriel has been hanging around for a century and does not age at all. I think. It's super not clear. Oh, look at the pro level plays there. Yeah, I should be like starting to speed run this sort of thing. No, that's a terrible idea. But it's one that I threw out there anyway. Anyway. Yeah, and then the broken stair is the last one, and the first of the anvils that I found, even though the one over by the dry road is the most obvious one. It's just right there. Like that one I found just, you know, exploring around, seeing what I can't find. Because there are certainly a lot of secrets in the game. I mean, even like the top hat guy, which I found out apparently is more of a Easter egg than an actual character or like quest line or anything like that. But at least this was another one that I found the location of. I just couldn't do anything with it. And I thought that there was going to be some really cool prize in here, but no, as it turns out, it's just an end game type of thing. Right in this area. Because it's like, because it's just like, yeah, for a while, you know, I found this. So I'm like, okay, yeah, once you get the wings, you can go up here. And then it's like, get this hard prize in here. But also, if I'm looking right, yeah. But also, it's just like you do require the glaive to actually like progress in this area then. So I'm like, I guess every single time I get an upgrade, I'm gonna come back here and see if I can't climb a little bit higher in this weird tower. See if there's something cool at the top. Because then you need the gloves. Get this. I don't know, it seems super suspicious, but then it's just like I got totally hung up on this point because all you gotta do. Like, this is one of the first things they teach you, but I totally forgot. Because I came back here after I got the hook shot, but yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Cool. I don't really care so much about Wrath. I would rather have a little bit of extra... health gained at this point in time, which might be worth going back and getting from Vulgrim. I mean, obviously I'm going to have to go and talk to tough enemies here. Apparently they're pretty effective if you take them out with the... Well, somebody was saying that I should be using the sides more, but too late now. Anyway. Yeah, and that's the entirety of that section. You get like a bunch of prizes, but then that last one, I just forgot about the hook shot once again. Like they tell you how it works. Anyway, Broken Stair is actually kind of a big one comparatively, so this is no baby area to go through. Mostly because of the change up in the enemies, not so much because of anything like related to the actual. The area has not changed, is what I'm trying to say. But then that's it. Get a fancy new sword upgrade, go fight the final boss. It'll be totally cool. Alright, anyway. Just a quick break there, don't worry about it. It's me, old pal Voldroom. I, as it turns out, didn't actually have all that much to do with the storyline. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Anyway, there's angels here. They are using the, what was the name of that? Oh, dang. What was the name of the wacky gun they got? I don't even remember. And it starts you all the way back in here. Whatever, it's a short trek either way. So yeah, it is a little bit more difficult to go through here, but nothing that locks you into fighting in any one of these places. So, not like it really matters too much. Yeah, there we go. You just immediately turn right, as it says on the minimap and everything. Whoa, zombies. What am I even going to do? Oh, right. They're the worst enemies in the entire game. I forgot. If I get shot here, that's going to be more of an issue. Yeah, this would be prime time to have, like, more demon and angel fighting, like, from the prologue, but... No, it's angels completely cleared out this area, I guess. Well, I completely cleared out this area, and then the angels came in to kind of, I don't know, take over. You know, it's a good thing that everybody decided to all move to this one city. Otherwise, this would make it a lot harder for War to move about, considering he's the only guy that doesn't have the ability to fly. Had it for a very brief amount of time, but then lost it. Still unfortunate, but also kind of surprising that the Griffin never came up again. I would have expected that. Like, it was an entire section and everything. Didn't reuse it at all.
That's it. The last piece of that accursed blade. Now, get back to Ulthane and finish this business.
Yeah, we're just out on a walk here. We just got to finish our business, and then we can go home and relax with some tea. What are you talking about, Shade? You didn't see the vision, but I know what's going to happen here. I mean, just the question at this point is he betraying me for the demon side? He certainly does look very demonic, what with the way that he seems to be a Spawn character. Or does the Council have even more tricks up their collective sleeves that they don't have because they're gigantic rock faces? Because, I mean, certainly War has already kind of been betrayed by the Council for... I mean, there's so much for being impartial. I mean, all is fair in love and war, I guess. And all the way to Endlessford. But even then, it's like they were the guys that were trying to, you know, mediate the war in the first place, and they're out here, you know, finding loopholes to get their own agents involved. I suppose maybe I'm expecting a little bit too much, a little bit too high a standards for gigantic rock faces, but still. It's like, come on, if this had been a war that had a treaty going on for this long, it's like, this is the first time somebody's tried to, you know, do this sort of thing. And their option is just, send the horsemen. No, but we can't send the horsemen. They got to break the seals first. Just tell them the seals were broken. Whatever, man. You won't know. All right, one last trip over to Ulthane. Thanks for the gun. It was very good at taking out worms and very little else. Otherwise, I already had a ranged weapon, to be honest. I just didn't want to say anything.
Good to see you again, horseman.
Hey, yo. Keep these sword pieces.
My greatest work.
Until now.
Okay, was part of the forging process really just mashing together the pieces of the sword? There it is. Reforged, his greatest work, even though he was the one that forged it in the first place. I mean, it's still his greatest work. He just remade it. There's a cool yellow glow to it. And, I mean, it's basically, you know, the perfect thing for taking down a raid boss, i.e. Deathwing over there. By the way, that is Deathwing. Just want to point that out. But sure. Dragons are evil, why not? Aren't they traditionally pretty evil? I would say they're pretty evil, yeah. Alright, Vulgrim, now one more time. And then the pact is complete. Didn't really think too much about them putting a teleport over to the Stygians battle arena before, but it's like, yeah. Now it makes a lot of sense. Because it's not like the Stygian was a very threatening boss, at least when I was fighting it. Certainly there were some somewhat irritating parts of it, you know, some tricky parts, but nothing that was that difficult. Nothing that would require you to have, like, quick access to teleport in and out.
So, the final battle is before.
Well, I mean, wise to seek help, wise to have sought help. Because the final battle is nigh. I should have bought some more help. Ah, well, it's fine. I'm just gonna say right now, I think I'll be okay.
This is for all the cookies, horseman. When you proceed, there's no return.
No problem. So I guess he's just sitting out in the broken pieces of the Black Throne. I mean, yeah, I guess it's like, hey, he might be pretty busted up after Straga's death, but not that busted up.
It's Abaddon. Uriel has led the Hellguard against him. It is as you foretold. The Hellguard will fall.
Angel of Death, serve me one last time.
She mistook me for someone else. She loved him, and I believe that he loved her long ago, before all this. Foolishly, he chose duty above all, and died for it. Will you do the same? Heaven hunts you. Hell hates you. All of creation cares not whether you live or die. Join me, war. Like a great sword, I will raise you up, and our enemies will shatter against us. The spoils of 1,000 victories will be yours. Or serve the justice of a corrupt council, and a creator abandons his most faithful. I offer you this choice, horseman. Would you serve in heaven, or rule in hell?
I choose what once a coward did not.
All right, cool. You do actually get the horse here, which is great. Well, you do get the horse if, you know, you actually get it out here. Anyway. And it's like trying to make an emotional plea to Lore. Like, what are you kidding? Do you know who you're talking to? Because it's not somebody who's going to respond to, like, any sort of reason or emotions or anything like that. Also, it makes me wonder, it's like, these guys know about Paradise Lost? Because, man, they did. So maybe they would finally have a little bit more context for what exactly they're saying. Anyway, hit him in the head. It took me quite a while to figure that out when I first did this fight. But basically, after that point, not too bad at all. And if you look upwards, you can actually see Deathwing disappearing too, which is pretty great. All right. Yeah, you can't look upwards to see exactly where he's about to slam down. But of course, that's why you got the dash when it comes to using the horse. Despite being a big fire dragon, he does not actually have any fiery abilities or skills. Hey, come on, man. You get on the horse first. Glowing arm. That's how you know he's about to attack. Alright, come on. One more attack should probably do it, I was going to guess. There we are. Hit him in the face. Ah, dang it, War. You could have ended it right there, I think. That's just kind of what I'm assuming, to be honest. All right. No, he's still going for it. See, I mean, I was hoping it was going to go into the phase where you had to fight like a bunch of dragon heads. This is a reference to Deathwing once again. 3 times because rule of threes. There we are. Yeah, get that sweet speed kill. Oh man, he's still going. it is nice to at least have Ruin in the final boss fight, because it's just like, you know, sort of feeling underutilized prior to this. Oh, there we go.
Council has sent you to your death.
To be honest, I thought it was going to be human form followed by dragon form. I mean, if I was going to guess. But as it turns out, other way around. Gotta fight Sir Alon now. And he is apparently not somebody who takes very well to just regular slashes. That said, very, very easy to parry. It's like I figured out the timing for this, like, literally after he did it like 2 times. So that's a very easy way to get a lot of hits in on him. He also does have a quick slash, which is more troublesome to get to, but you know. Yeah, of course. So what a Zelda game would it be if the boss wasn't throwing big chunks of stuff at you? Thankfully, I don't have to hit them back, though. A good combo. But not enough. Okay, come on. I gotta stop losing so much health. There we are. Just gotta watch out for that move because he'll get me with it. And yeah, this is basically what the fight looks like. So I mean, he can't block attacks if you parry him like that. I'm gonna go in for round 2. Also, just like throwing big pieces of debris at you is very, I don't know. Metal Gear Revengeance is what makes me think of immediately. And in fact, I could throw one back at him, which... Oh, come on now. You're no fun. I also missed that the first time that I was playing, too.
It cannot end like this.
It can and it will. Come on now. Knew it, because where else would he be except for directly behind me if I already went around in a circle?
You have taught me something, Abaddon. Sometimes duty must be cast aside to do what must be done. It is not for duty that I kill you now.
Uriel.
Reap what you have sown, betrayer.
had to know it was a one-way ticket.
Council.
They knew you'd never play Executioner because of your precious honor. They let you take the fall. They knew you'd butcher everyone involved to clear your name. And you did.
No!
Patience, whore. I've got some for you, too. I'll take that. If it were to get broken, you might get ideas. Like not going back in your little cage. It's tragic, really. You had freedom in the palm of your hand, and you lost it. What's so damn funny? Even you wouldn't laugh at your own funeral.
I'm laughing at yours.
Next sacramentum. The death oath is complete.
Hell God, bitch! What did you do? No! I'm going to pull your guts out through your halo! Keep getting up. I'll just kill you again. I was just following orders, like you. But what are you going to do? Fight the council? Fight everyone? You'll never get away. You hear me? Never! Don't forget who holds the leash.
I haven't forgotten.
You knew. You knew what would happen here, what I would do. That's why you spared me.
No.
Then why?
Because I would not have the last of Heaven's honor die with its champion.
All debts are repaid. The duty I uphold, it may call me to raise my sword against you. And if that day comes, I won't hesitate. You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council, and there will be others. You would wage this war alone?
No. Not alone.